Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! Oh, my bad. Getting old. You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
Girl, my brain is tired.
Oh, your brain got a Charlie horse.
Hello for all my writing. Classes.
You sound like it. I'm gonna need you to get some woo up in you.
Whoa, honey.
Guys, listen, it's sitting next to sizzling, sexy, simply E. We have our honorary co-host on tonight, NIU drumline member, CEO of Delaware
right
Inc.
now.
Amir. Hey Amir, how you doing?
How you doing, Miss J? Caught
You
you
said
slipping right there. I need you to get it right. CEO of Delaware Inc. There you go.
And tell them how they can follow you while you at it.
Yes, follow me on Instagram at darkskinpoppy_312 and follow my other Instagram, Delaware Inc. Clothing, and then follow me on Facebook at Amir Dale. And follow my Facebook, Delaware Inc. as well.
And this episode of the J Spot, you all, is being sponsored and brought to you by Delaware Inc. So again, do me a favor, go to his page and follow his page at Delaware Inc. And also place an order today. He has new spring colors coming in for the t-shirts, and his hoodies are on sale. So again, go to Delaware Inc. and place your order today and use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Now, guys, tonight's episode, again, being brought to you by Delaware Inc. But do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J again is spelled JAYE for all three. You all, I have been itching. Thursday could not come fast enough for me this week. It could not come because you know what? Listen, every now and again, I have to give you some of the celebrity bull junkie that's going on. Oh, well, you all today is no exception. So let me just jump right in to the bull junkie.
Oh, God.
Derrick, help it make sense, okay? Help it make sense to me, please. And thank you. So now, if you all, listen, I know how you don't know about what's going on with Derrick. First of all, I just learned what the brother's last name was, and how it was pronounced, because of, the fuss, that's going on with this brother. But if you guys don't know, Derrick Jaxn, it's not spelled how it's not spelled how it sounds. This brother done made up a whole different other spelling for his name. So, he done been out there sticking his Willy Wonka, all up and through Atlanta and, and Instagram and all this other stuff, allegedly. So here's the thing. I'm not even mad at the cheating. To be honest with you, I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad about, the wife, playing Muppet Baby, sitting up there being a little puppet to him. I'm not even mad about that. let me tell you what my problem is. I don't like how they playing with God with the whole situation. That's my thing. Because here's the thing. Don't sit up there. I mean, they threw out so many scriptures. My head started spinning. Listen, don't justify that. Don't justify that pile of boo-boo that you married to. Don't try to justify that crap with scripture. Because here's the thing. The reason why I take a problem with, and I have a problem with that, is because for those that are really in church, not saying that they are or they're not, don't know. But for those that are really believers, you know, they're looking at you. They're looking at her as an example. So you're justifying the pile of boo-boo that you married to, and y'all use the scriptures to justify that he's a pile of boo-boo. And now you got other people that's out there that may be saying, you know what? Well, you know, I don't want to, I don't want to be wrong in the sight of God. So I guess I'm going to have to say, God is not telling you that. So stop telling these folks that God is telling you that. A lot of people are trying to, compare Derrick and Jada. They are not the same.
Mm-mm.
They are not the same, because here's the thing. Jada copped to her ish, okay? She just threw a term out there that y'all were never familiar with. So she made her cheat look pretty. This Bama over here referred to himself in third party, and he lied. And I quote, because here's the thing. I had to get the facts before I come on here and drag this, before I wipe this before I step in this boo-boo and wipe them off the bottom of my shoe. I needed to get the facts. So I watched, and I thoroughly watched, and I took notes on what this Bama was saying. And here's one of the things I quote. We had sexual relations and sexual contact without actually having sex. Derrick, make that make sense. Help me, bro. How you have sex without actually having sex?
He stimulated her mind sexually, sister. See, you thinking of the physical.
You help me.
He's stimulated on the emotional and the spiritual level. He entered her womb spiritually, sister. See, he didn't do it physically. Woo! It was spiritually. And probably he left his body and came into her room as she left her body and came into his bedroom and his wife's bed as a well-made woman and laid upon him and rode it till she couldn't.
Woo!
In the spirit,
now,
though.
See, that'll speak. See, that
in the spirit.
You spoke a word right there, though, E. You have spoken a word.
Praise is what we do.
Yeah, she don't. Ooh, y'all, I need a nurse. Yes. I need a nurse because she done spoke. Woo.
Cash App J
Spot 2018. Yes, won't he do it? Because
J Spot 2018.
Whenever this man made a statement about the boo-boo that he is, he made sure he flapped that book. And if you go back to the title of whatever his book was, I'm a pal of boo-boo.com, he made reference to that.
See,
no, sir. No, sir.
What they do? You sure?
No, sir. We're not. Derrick, help us make it make sense.
It is.
So he's saying that. So now he done left the little Miss Wife while he went upstairs to go help out the little kids. So now here's where you catch him in the lie, because he done said, I did not have sex with any of those women. That's what he said. So then she come and she giving her side. It's very hard. It was very hard for me to forgive him knowing that he had sex with all these women.
Because
say what now?
He didn't have physical sex.
Say what now?
He had emotional and spiritual sex, and that was hard for her to forgive him because he had cheated spiritually and emotionally, but not in the physical sense. You understand what I'm talking about?
And then to know that he just had a woman pregnant that just got an abortion, that he was just with her 2 weeks ago.
She was pregnant with thought that he had gave her, and she decided to abort the thought. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand? You understand it, do you? Okay. I need y'all to rally up and send that money to the cash app.
All I'm saying is, Derrick, help it make sense. I mean, when he said we had sex without having sex.
Yes, that's deep. He wasn't deep.
Now, I kind of went to, you know what? Maybe they were talking about the oral place. Maybe he don't consider. That's what I was,
maybe she teabagged it And then she's, put her mouth on it. Did a Jill Scott it, swallowed, but didn't. Caught it. Like a third base catcher, she caught it. And then went into the bathroom, placed those little babies inside of herself. And that is how she got pregnant. See, there you go.
All I have to say is make it make sense, Derrick. I mean, I'm not even mad at the wife, because here's the thing.
Why
you
not?
can forgive him because that's your pal of boo-boo to forgive. And here's the thing. I don't fault her, because so many of us have stayed around in ish longer than we should have. Here's the thing. She's just not fed up yet.
No, she's not tired.
She's not fed up yet. She's still willing to hang on for whatever reason. And it's a lot of people who have gotten mad with the brother. He done steered me wrong, and he done told me. First of all, he looks shifty. So I don't understand, how are you putting yourself in somebody that looked like he cheat at the crap table? He looked like, listen, he lying dead straight in your face. He come to you, first of all,
out of his car.
First of all, I knew he was lying. Anytime you got a some that's coming to you, volunteering all that information that ain't no nobody asked for, he lying. You know this Bama lying. This Bama stayed up all night.
You have to write it down.
All night, done recorded himself, just making sure everything is said the right way, everything goes the right way. This Bama had this plan. So again, I'm not mad at the brother for cheating. I'm not. Those are their marital issues, whether they stay together or not. Yeah, I really don't care.
So do you think he won? Do you think he took a W or a L?
No, he's for them streets. That's what she need to place him back in the streets. See, but she ain't tired. She's not tired. And here's the thing. This won't be his last time doing it, because she ain't went crazy on him. See, she done cried and did that lovey-dovey wife stuff. See, that's what she done did.
Like this.
She ain't went crazy on him.
I can't believe you got our mess out here like this. This is our this is our juke joint here.
This and he's sharing it with everybody. I mean, he just, he done ran this woman down. Listen, and then she gets on the social media with the bonnet. I mean, she looking like
with that bonnet, baby. He looking dapper. He just got out the shower, got his, dress, put a little makeup hit him on the face. Okay, baby, come on, hurry up. We about to start.
Eyebrows, just
okay. Let me put my bonnet on. Put the bonnet on, because you don't even look right. Put the bonnet on. You know I was doing this today.
She don't even look like a housewife of Atlanta. She looked like she was the help. She was sitting there looking like she the help. No. Now listen, if you know that your dude is for the streets and he out there in the streets, and now you getting on his social, listen, sugar, you gotta bring it, okay?
What happened to your heels? What happened to your red bottoms?
What happened to your lip gloss?
The makeup. It's a bunch of makeup artists.
Where's your people at? Why your friends and do you have any sisters and aunties
that people? I don't have none, because I sit home and I watch. I don't have.
But she ain't got no messy people in her life. See, when you got money, you need messy people in your life. You need a messy best friend. See, she ain't got no messy best friends, because they said she in the church, and I ain't got knocking nothing against the church, but you need you a messy best friend. You need you a messy cousin, a messy auntie. You need somebody messy in your life.
She ain't been in the church because the world just opened up, so she ain't been in the church. She been at home watching Derrick. Everybody did a little porno, so she's in there watching, recording it for.
I'm like, my thing is, how is he getting away with all of this? How come you ain't did a drive by on, baby? I would have been there in the room before he even got there. I would have been there in the room. He would have been thinking he coming to meet Sharika, and I'm up in there like, hey. Okay, so this what we doing.
Surprise.
This what we do. See, but he know. He got him he did it to the right one. He know he got him a nice, good, wholesome woman.
He ain't get him a hoe. The hose was over there.
See,
he had a whole son. He had some of that hoe inside of himself too. He didn't let all that hoe go.
See, you got you a nice, good woman, and now you messing this. You want to go mess this woman all up and mess her all around and everything. You know what? But again, I'm not mad because listen, she not through. She still believe in her man and her marriage. Rightfully so. I mean, again, but my thing is when you have a platform like this and you know you ain't much, don't get on there bashing. See, here's the thing. Why instead of bashing the brothers that you was bashing, you need to been talking to them and taking notes and how to get away with it. Because see, your chicks, all of them done blasted you. Okay, somebody else blasted them, but they already know they done had these chicks papered up before they even slept with them.
Knew it.
So you, sir, instead of bashing them, you need to be taking notes because we can tell you a rookie with all this. You know, you done got you know, you new to the couple of dollar game and you got out here and now you think that fat meat ain't greasy. I guess chick 1, 2, and 3 done showed you that, yeah, fat meat is greasy. Now he's slapping gag orders all over the place. Now can't nobody talk. But if you was really about that life,
let them talk.
You would have did that in the beginning. Because, see, that's what these dudes doing. They doing it in the beginning. So you may know about it, but these chicks ain't, why the chicks ain't talking now? Because they shut them up in the beginning. So you, sir, you got a lot to learn. So if you going to play this game, Derrick for the streets Jaxn,
really,
make sure you know what you're doing. If you going to play. So you don't. What's your take on it, Amir? You being a young man, what's your take on it?
Well, I can tell you one thing. He remind me of the one that I'm kin to already. Mister, you know who I'm talking about too. Yeah, he's I'm gonna have to put him in the category with Mister, the one that I'm kin to. You know who I'm talking about. That's why you laugh. You know what? I believe they would be really good partners and partner crimes. You know, they did the same thing. They on the same level, but living two different separate lives. You know, so I feel like they can talk to each other. You know, both of them on good levels, and you know, ain't none of them about worth much. But I feel like they can come together and talk about their situation. So. Yeah, they some kin to each other.
Now, what about you, E? What is your take on it? What are your thoughts on Derrick for the streets Jaxn? What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Like, what do you think?
Well, I knew he wasn't. When I first saw him, I was like, he just looked like you just full of. Like, I've never sat and listened to anything he had to say because it just was like,
he don't have to look at you and trust.
You full of snit. You know, you full of Jared. You full of snit. I'm like, something ain't right. You know, so I just be sitting back watching. You know, when they be giving all this little advice on relationships and what you should do as a man or what you should do as a woman, I'd be like, yeah, use a hoe and use a hoe. And your stuff ain't just came out of the dark just yet, but it's gonna creep out. Let's just be real.
I used to watch his videos and stuff that they used to post on like Facebook.
Did you?
I did, and I was like, yeah, he seemed like a good, decent brother to like take some information with. And then years later, then I found out he in some mess. I'm like, oh man, guess that's back to square one. Guess I gotta take heed myself, because obviously this brother ain't got his stuff together yet.
It's just crap.
And then you got you had Quavo and Sweet, that you had their little situation. She didn't use him all up. He spent about $2 million on her. He done repoed the car back from her that he gave her for her birthday. And I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, not only that, you had Derrick Jaxn, you had Quavo and Sweetie all in the same week. That didn't happen. I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, this is why I don't want to be no celebrity. I don't want my name out there like that.
But you all know who happy that this story broke about Derrick Jaxn cussing Kirk.
Kirk, yeah.
But he didn't do nothing wrong. I'm sorry.
In my opinion, he didn't either.
He had a right. I wish you would say something like, "Hey, you my child. I done took care of you. I will break my foot off in your ass."
Because that's just
Kirk Franklin.
But that's slow though, because see, that's the way back in the listen. I don't know who parents didn't tell. You got told that when you was coming.
Girl, hello.
I got told that.
Shoot.
Hey.
In that household, we don't play them games. I mean, you've lost all the rabbit ass mind that you possess. If you think that you're already sleeping in my bed. You wash your behind with my soap, my water, my towels. You brush your teeth with the toothbrush that I provided and the toothpaste that I buy and the water that's put in your mouth by my hands that I done paid for. And you got the nerve to try to be a smart ass on the phone that I know I'm paying for. I wish the hell he should have took that phone and rammed it up that boy's ass. That's what he should have
said. So Cousin Kirk is definitely glad that the spotlight
people was
is
like, they need counseling. No, he needs an ass whooping. Kirk didn't whoop that ass. That's the problem. Kirk need to go back to his old roots and get that good old Mississippi ass whooping on that boy. That's what he needed, a good old Mississippi ass whooping. Way down, get a switch, get a couple of switches, wrap him around and stuff. Tell his ass to get out that shower. Don't throw no clothes on, just get your wet ass out that shower and just get the licking that switch and let them whelps come on. That's what he need.
Won't he do it?
Social media is bogus too, because they'll take the audio. Kirk Franklin, they'll use it for like one of they little songs or something. I swear, if one of y'all do that, please let me know so I can know if it go right together. I want to hear this. Please, I want to know. I can't wait for this.
They're gonna mix Kirk and Derrick at the same time together. That's gonna be a funny little song.
Because
I need y'all to do that, please.
Without having sex. And then she come on and God, and he's my shield. Yes, God is that and then some. But what you're not going to do is sit up here and make other church folks, the folks that's really looking up to you all. You cannot do that. And that's my biggest thing. Bobby Nichols is saying, why are people wasting so much time on this and them? Because we can.
Exactly.
Because we can. And my thing is, again, it's important to let other people know that are going through this situation. Women are finding out every day that their husbands are cheating on them or significant others are cheating on them. And here's the deal. I'm not knocking her for staying with him because that's her relationship. That's her marriage. That's their decision. If they can work it out, I hope that they can. But right now, it's not going to change because here's the thing. He's still lying. Bama, you are lying through your teeth. And that's not allegedly. I'm listening to the videos that you posted as you're talking and you're contradicting yourself every which way. And he still has not copped to what it is that he's doing.
He ain't going to.
Allegedly or Derrick this. No pal of boo-boo. Okay. No piece of... No. Okay. No. You're for the streets, you're raggedy, and you're trash. Not because you're cheating, but because you coming to people and you lying, and then you blaming it on God.
He should have cried. That's what he should have
done. No, he shouldn't, because that would have made me mad. That would have made me madder.
If he'd have cried.
I was mad at God, and I was... Listen, just tell these folks you ain't much, okay?
Just say you got horny. You saw a piece of ass. Right. It looked good to you.
Right.
Your winky went hard and you went to go stick
That's it.
And that was it.
That's it.
And I'm sorry. And then throw some eye drops up in there and say, I'm so
No, I tell him I'm not much either. Now, and for the wife, listen, again, don't sit up there and justify him with scriptures. Listen, I know he ain't much. He ain't Smith, but he mine.
And I love him.
Exactly. I know he's a pile of crap.
Our problem.
And but he's my pile of stuff that I gotta sometimes I gotta wipe my behind and flush
it right.
It's mine. Mm-hmm. This is mine. So you claim own that ish. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad. You stay with him on it, but don't say, thus said the Lord. The Lord ain't told you that, bull junkie. So stop that. Because again, it's other people in the church looking at y'all messy behinds, and you blaming that on the Lord. Take responsibility for your own actions. Own up to that ish. I'm going to stay with him because I'm going to stay with him. He mine, I said I do to him, and that's just it. That's it. That's all. Anybody got something to say? No, ma'am.
Nope, exactly.
I'll be like, no, ma'am, Miss Jackson.
And then she could have kept the bonnet on. And when she would snap like that, that'd have been like,
right. Ain't nobody got nothing to say.
She done shut everybody down.
Like Miss Jackson told me.
She done, exactly, but she didn't do that.
But you can't sit there and be throwing the Lord all in it.
Yeah,
and then
the Lord are you telling the tale on me? Well, guess what? I'm gonna give you the hugest lie bump on your tongue, and you're not gonna feel nothing for the rest of you. That's what he probably
the Lord
gonna do.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know this brother. I ain't talked to this brother. Had no conversation with him since he was in Sunday school when he was 7 years old. Who this brother? Don't sit up there and be acting like, oh, well, and I just thought that God was going to fix my... How when you hunching on somebody else? How was the Lord supposed to help you when you...
Oh, God.
That's breaking the Ten Commandments.
Say my name. Oh, God. Oh, God. And you worship it. That ain't
God.
worship.
Put my hair. Oh, God.
He broke all the 10 Commandments right there.
Right, but he said Derrick broke them. He didn't do it. So I'm just trying to see, he got different personalities. Because the lady that was something, she said he run by the street, he run by the name D. So Derrick didn't cheat. It was D that was cheating. So whoever Derrick,
the nuts was cheating. These nuts was cheating.
But then he got a chick pregnant. So I'm like, not only are you in the streets, you could have brought her. You out there just running through them.
But you know what? I was watching this thing, and this guy said, "You know what? This is how you know your girl cheating. Give her STD. If she don't say nothing to you, that means she cheating because she probably thought she gave it to me. So maybe she got somebody on the side.
Because he was trying to hint at throwing her up under the bus, and I wanted him to get a little bit to it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because that would have been like, listen, okay, so you doing this? Listen,
what's good for the goose is good for the
right. So I'm just saying, and she would have had cheap. See, that would have been the perfect time to pull one of that. Why did I get married? Move that Tasha pulled at that table. You're like, I'm just waiting for you to say something.
That's
put him. See, flip it. Goodness. See, flip it. So now she got one or two choices because it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. This public outlet, it's not gonna stop until she put her foot down.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
She gotta either do one or two things. Miss Jackson, if you're listening, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, you got one or two things to do. You either got to go crazy on him or you got to revenge cheat. That's just plain and simple. You got to let him think he doing good, like he doing good, he living right. He still quoting scriptures and I'm getting counseling and all this and that. Yeah. 7 years down the line, you let your video leak. And see how you like it. Now, then you go talking in third party.
Then you're going to see Derrick Jaxn in jail for manslaughter.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, now all that, but whoa. Now you want to go laying on hands and all this and that. No. How did it feel when I was sitting in this seat? So now how does that seat feel? And with his attitude and his personality, fam is crazy. So I'm just saying, but she's going to have to put her foot down and let him know that she means business, because right now it does not seem as though he respects her, and it doesn't seem that she has a strong voice in the relationship, which is sometime I think because of the financial issue, which we're going to talk about later on tonight when we talk about our our topic for tonight. Does the one that makes the most money control the relationships? Because that kind of looks like what it seems here. He got the money. He can do whatever it is that he want to do. And I'm just here with your kids. Listen, sometimes, it costs a lot to sit there and be home with these people and, have a certain lifestyle and all this and that. Sometimes you got to figure out if it's worth it.
Oh,
that's crazy.
If it's worth it.
Once he says, because I dealt with something similar, not like, the dude had money. God, this man had some nice money. He had a large piece of property and stuff. I think he had like 4 or 5 acres, and he had an in-ground pool in his house, in the yard and stuff. And he had 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. He had a nice backyard or whatever. And I was just like, okay. And he was like, whenever you're here, you're home. I said, okay. And he was like, I want you to, be here with me and move in and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh. But then when he started talking about his ex, and he was talking about how she was just so stupid because she wanted to pursue her education.
Oh, God.
And I was just listening to him like, and if y'all been watching the show for 5 years, going on 6, I stay in school. I love learning and everything. So I'm just like, and then he wanted her. He never had cooked for himself before. He left his mother's house and moved in. Him and when his ex-wife got together, they moved in immediately. And then when they divorced and he met old girl, she came right in, basically right after that divorce. So he had never lived by himself. Wow. So this was the first time him living by himself. And then he wanted me to basically be at his beck and call. And I'm like, I'll take care of you. You ain't got to worry about nothing financially, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't. No, no, I'm good. No, you can put something in my bank account, but that's about all I can do for you.
So you definitely got to be mindful in situations like that, because, sometimes the price of, the money, is not worth everything that
your sanity,
you're gonna
your
have
peace
to
of
go
mind
through, in order to be in said position. And that's not for everybody. That's just for people that don't have any morals or any integrity. And clearly this man lacks integrity just by the way that you stepped outside of your marriage. Yes, you stepped outside of your marriage. You don't have any integrity to me. That's me. That's how I feel about it. And again, why are we talking about it? Because there's so many people that are going through this. So again, don't sit up here and let people justify their ish and their wrong and then use scripture to justify it. So for those that are, believers and things of that nature, and you're in church and you're trying to do right, people are seriously listening to these people and they take what you're saying to heart. So don't sit here and guide people in the wrong way because you want to stay. Just say, listen, again, I love this man. I'm not ready to give up on what we got. We gonna work through this issue, whatever it is. Don't be saying, oh, with the Lord, John 3. Listen. Just say I love him. He ain't much, but I love him and he mine. That's it. That's all we can say about it. Guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into the rest of our hot topics. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Loving you has always been easy because it's true. Yeah. I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul, cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold, so cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. No. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah. Said it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, so easy to love, easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexist, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kid. Hey E, how you doing today? Woo woo woo. Woo, 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 woo. We send her some positive energy go over this way. Just give her a little jolt. Let me stick in your side. See that? See, I know I got to listen. Gonna get you right on, right good. Guys, listen, sitting next to Sizzling Sexy Simply E, we have our honorary co-host on tonight, CEO of Delaware Inc., NIU Drumline member class of 2021. Amir. Hey, Amir, how you doing?
How you doing, Ms. Jaye?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great.
Good. We thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You know what? Tonight's episode of the J Spot is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. So please do me a favor. Go to his page. He has his spring collection coming soon. So please go to his page, place an order, use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled JAYE for all three. Guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now, see, here it is, guys. Okay. Some of y'all, and I'm gonna say y'all because I don't, I guess I join the conversation too because I do a little bit too much with the coffee. But listen, everybody, this $1,400 stimulus is just hidden, and folk are going crazy. Okay, folks are going crazy. For a lot of people, this is the most money that they have seen at one time in their whole entire lives. So I just want to throw out a few little tidbits that hopefully this will help somebody. So if you have gotten, which everyone should be, receiving the at least $1,400. Listen, here are a few things to do not go and do or buy. Number one, Michael Jordan got enough money, okay? Mm-hmm. Keep your money in pockets, okay?
Those are actually good investments. Those shoes, when you keep them, when you buy the retro ones, they increase in value. So they're actually a good investment.
These folks are not keeping them. They gone, they buying them, and then they out there on the bus stop.
You got some more. Keep these. These the only pair that I got. Out there. These the only pair I got.
They out there on the bus stop. Okay, so they're not. So if it's not a good investment if you go and then you get them from the store and then you walking back home. You took the bus there, but you done spent all your money, so now you got to walk back home. It's not a good investment, okay? Listen, how many flat screen TVs are you gonna get? Okay, how many? Every room, the little kids got flat screen TVs in the room, but you won't plug it up to the computer so that they can be, have a better view of what's going on for their online, learning, their e-learning class. Okay. So you're not going to utilize the screen for that, but you got all these.
Everybody got the PS5, 15 or whatever it is coming out. What's the new 5, PS5, 22, all that.
Again, that's just a waste of your.
That's 10 of them now.
That's just a waste of your stimulus money. Didn't you get that for Christmas? Bunch y'all up in the stores fighting over that for Thanksgiving. So now you back in March buying more TVs.
Because it's all the smart screens. These are smart TVs now. So all you gotta do is look at it and it knows.
But you still dumb.
I just hope they work though, because it's like if it don't work, you spend like $600 on the TV now.
But it's a big old TV.
And most people, I've seen this too. Every time I be going to Walmart, every time they always in the line trying to return it because something either don't work or somebody done broke it. Now they trying to get their money back. No. Go ahead and keep that. The Razio TV, whatever that TV is, the brand that's called. Go ahead and keep that. You dropped about $600 on that like 2 weeks ago. Now you're trying to return. No, go ahead and keep it.
Yeah,
duct tape it up to the wall if you got to. Put the look. Do what you got to do. Mount it to the wall. No, keep that.
I would love to see that. I would love to see somebody have that TV duct tape to the wall. I want to just see that. I know somebody has their TV taped to the wall. I just got to see it. I need to see a picture of that because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so sad because it's just like, again, that's a lot of money to come into place at one time. And it's just like, especially if it's money that you were not expecting. And for those that are buying these things, 9 times out of 10, you cannot afford it. It's like you got other things that you need to be working on. I mean, like, you got to think ahead, like prepare, not even so much for as the advanced future, but you got to think, plan for the next couple of months. These schools are opening back up. Your kids are going to need school uniforms. They're going to need school supplies and things of that nature. You got to balance on your doggone it. Your ComEd bill, you got to balance on your gas bill. Why are you not paying that off and doing things constructive with that money to put yourself in a better position, opposed to going and buying stuff to try to show off for other people that don't have none, just like you don't? So you got a bunch of broke folk showing off to each other. Oh man, he got the fresh new. Wait a minute. Okay, so now y'all got the same thing. Now guess what? Y'all gonna all be in the dark at the same time too, because ain't nobody paid no bills. Ain't nobody put up nothing for a little rainy day. All this frivolous spending, all this taking all these trips, and I get it. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta do a little something nice. I'm not saying don't take a little piece of it and pinch off of it and enjoy yourself, but don't enjoy yourself with the whole thing and then a couple of months later, now you sit back there looking stupid.
You sitting in the dark because you ain't pay your light bill.
It's hot. Now you thought, because of the COVID and all this other stuff was going on, you know, these companies, the utility companies and stuff, were not able to shut your stuff off. But beloved, that stuff is being lifted.
They can.
Those rules are being lifted, and guess what? They gonna want all of what's theirs. They gonna want it all, not a piece of it, not a payment, nothing.
The whole thing.
Not a payment, nothing. Not a payment, nothing. They want all of it. So if you know that you got balances on these bills, they're no longer taking you $50 a month here. You owe $800. Why don't you just give them the $800, or at least give them $400 on this, so that you can knock that bill down? But instead, you know, we finna party, we finna turn up. Then what you gonna do when you broke? Then now you back to trying to borrow money. No.
Be open then.
No.
Go get me some from the A
No. We not doing that.
Why not?
Because you done got more than me. It's one me.
See, now you thinking selfishly. Now you thinking about yourself.
I'm very selfish.
I'm trying to help out the economy. That's why
right.
I go take all my $1,400. I went shopping because I'm helping.
They got
out
more
than
$1,400 because they got them dependents.
Well, them people, I feel bad. That crazy man who shot up.
Exactly. Which is going to go ahead, but touch it, because I wanted to get right into that.
Family and the child and everything else in Indianapolis. That was just crazy, because you mad because she only gave you $450 and you wanted half of her money, but you don't work, you don't do anything. So you was lucky that she even gave you the $450, but now you ain't getting that, because now you done killed everybody except her and the other baby, and now you in jail. So that was just stupid.
Which brings me to the next piece of this hot topic is, do you feel that the father or the non-custodial parent is entitled to some of the stimulus money that the custodial parent gets for the children? Are they entitled to a portion of that from you? Do you think that they're entitled to a portion of? What do you think?
Did he pay some child support? If he
maybe
in the
they did pay child support. Like let's answer
too.
from both.
If he in the rear, if there is not a child support thing on his behind, and he is not in arrears on anything, you know, and he spends time with these children, you know, it's got.
So if he's a father,
then yeah. But if you're just a sperm donor, sit your ass down somewhere.
What are your thoughts, Amir? Do you think that the non-custodial parent is entitled? Should they be entitled to some of that STEMI, you know, that the custodial parent gets for the children?
I mean, well, if you there in the kid's life and you doing what you're supposed to do, you know, you buying them clothes, you know, doing all this other stuff, doing your job, then I say give a little something, but you know, like, show that you care, you know. But I don't think so. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, then you shouldn't. But like, just a little extra won't hurt nobody.
Okay, so y'all gonna be mad at me, but here it goes.
Yep, I'm sure.
Here it goes. I look at like this. If you were supposed to get some of that stimmy, that's between you and the government, you got to call them and ask them why they didn't see fit to split that, that young 14. That's not my burden to bear. You put me in position like I'm the one told them to give me they gave it to me because by their calculations, it was supposed to go to me. So, that beef is between you and the government. So if you felt you were entitled to it, listen, you have to call 1-800-IRS. That's who you're going to have to deal with that, because I didn't issue the checks. I didn't issue the direct deposit. I didn't issue that, okay? I was the recipient, but I didn't issue it, okay? I didn't call them and tell them nothing. So if they didn't see fit I'm going to use Derrick now. If they didn't see fit to give you none of this blessing, who am I to change what thus there said the IRS? Who am I to challenge what thus saith the IRS? So don't be sitting up here trying to get all violent and trying to jump on nobody and all. Listen, because again, it's some houses in turmoil over these stimulus checks, because you got folks coming out the woodwork. I want to see my kids. Wait, what?
You ain't never want to see what's their name? What is their name? You want to see what's their name and spell it, and what's their birthday? That's the one you hit them with.
Like, right? I'm like, what? I thought you when you get out of jail. I wasn't in jail.
You wasn't?
How come you ain't been?
I ain't seen you in 20 years. Was it?
Right? Was you in the army? Military?
I was looking for you.
You was looking for. I've been at the same place. Right. I've been at this house the whole I ain't even moved out the house. My mama's still right there. I'm still here.
And make it so bad. They come in the house. Listen, they come in. Hey, you got some mail. Like, who you? Who you, Hoppo? Who you? No, I came. Y'all want to see my kids. Wait, your kids is 32 and 31. What you mean you coming to see your kids? What you talking about? I mean, you left with that woman years. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or for the mom. Wait, the grandmama getting the stimulus for the kids because she done been taking care of them. Now you come. I want to see my kids. Wait a minute, you Jezebel, you. Let me tell you. Listen here, you harlot. You go back
to. That's what she really wanted to say. Listen here, you hoe. These children don't know you. They use a hoe. When's the birthday? You birthed them. When's the birthday? You don't remember, do you? Because you's a hoe. Get your hoe ass on out my face. Then they ask the children who their mammy is. Sharon, come here. Who your mammy? You is grandmama, mama. Exactly. Who is this? We don't know her because this is the hoe. Oh, okay. And then you go and take your ass on somewhere and keep it moving.
Don't come up in here hassling the grandmother either, because listen, it's some of y'all out there, you ain't been around. You done left them kids on my dear, and now the government done saw fit to give her $1,400 for each of your 5 kids that you done left with her, and she couldn't get in contact with your trifling behind. Look, that's you. Listen, you missed out on all that, okay? You missed out on all, what's that, $7-8 grand? You missed out on that, okay? So leave them folks be. Leave these folks alone. If you got a problem with the way that stimulus check was divvied out, again, you take that up with the IRS. And for those that did get it and you got a decent amount, listen, it's just like the candy. Now and later.
Save it. Okay.
Now and later. Use a little bit now, save a lot bit for later, because here's the thing. You're going to need it. Listen, they're saying that you ain't got to pay it back, but trust and believe. Ye the white one. They're going to find a way to make you pay. So understand what I'm saying to you.
Did you say you're going to
ye the white one. They're going to listen, don't play with old Rusty Joe, okay? Because listen, old Rusty Joe he got a plan laid up for those.
For Joe. That's how we got the stimulus. I was in the twerking for Joe at the White House.
Joe done laid Rusty Joe. Listen, Uncle Joe.
Book like this. All right, so
Twerking for
Yeah.
let's see
Joe.
who should we start with first so we can get this back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
They going all the way down to the poor low income tax folks. That's who gonna have to pay it back. So be ever ye so careful when they say beware of your many blessings. You better beware, because listen, it's coming. Trust. It's coming back, okay? It's going to come back around it, okay? Because what they giveth, they're going to take it. Trust and believe that. So you want to be in position so when they come back to take it, however they going to take it, you know what? It won't be so bad. But again,
might just take it out your check when you working and stuff.
Oh, they going to put some extra taxes in there. They
might take it out that way. Who knows?
It may cost you a little, may cost you a lot. But it's going to cost you, right? It's definitely going to cost you. So again, just be mindful, and we got to stop operating in the poor mentality. Spend it. I mean, I'll just be sitting up here just looking like, God, dog, you got... Every time I turn around, it's a flat screen here. It's a pair of expensive gym shoes here. I can't believe we was at the store last week or two, and there was this it was these young gals. They had this video game thing. It was like a Pac-Man machine. You know how they used to have those things back in the day with the little control stick thing. It was a game like that in the box. And I'm like, dang, where did he get that at? I didn't even know they were still selling those still. I'm like, where you get that at? Oh, I don't even want to know. Probably back there with the electronics. I don't know how much that thing cost, but it had to be expensive. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like the
little cars and stuff for the little kids and stuff. I'm like, yep, that's gonna be broke. Probably tomorrow, maybe Saturday. Who knows?
I truly feel that those things are just such a waste of money, because those little kids, they like it when they see it in the store. But when they get them things home, them kids do not be interested in them big old cars and them big old doll houses, the little Barbie dream doll house. Them little kids could care less about all this stuff. They only like it when it's in the store, when they want you to. I want it, Mom. I want to touch it.
You want to ass whooping. That's what you want.
Your shoulder.
Then when they get there, like, well, this look kind of ugly. This ain't what
your daddy ugly. That's the problem now. Your ass, you should never ask.
On the iPad and watch the little movies and shows and stuff like that. The kids playing games. I'm not gonna drive that after Auntie done spent almost $800 on that thing.
No, that's not got. So it's like you do not go overspending, and then especially trying to overcompensate for not being there for the kid or whatever. Listen, stop buying them all this expensive crap that doesn't mean anything, and then when it's time for school, now everybody's standing in the free book. Now you need free book bags. Now you need free haircuts. Now you need free all of this. Why you need all that when you was in position to do it? Now you gotta
spend my money when it's free.
Right, now you gotta do free uniform drives, free. Listen, when a lot of us can, again, you can save for that. School is coming. It comes around every year around the same time. Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. It comes around. They're gonna send you home. Bam Bam and Little Rockefeller, they gonna come home with a school list of the supplies that they need. Ain't no sense going up there cussing the teacher out, talking about knew that they didn't have the supplies the last year. They ain't have the year before last. They ain't had it in the last 15 years. They've been sending a list home with your kids every year. It's not a surprise.
Clean it.
Exactly.
Hand sanitizer, lights, all
Don't y'all got this hand sanitizer from last year?
School should be paying for this. Why we gotta be paying for this?
Why don't y'all just go ahead? The supplies that my children had used, because they didn't use all, because all the children brought in a box of all this stuff. We done been on coronavirus. So what happens to all why don't you just go ahead and ship that to the next grade teacher, and then therefore my supplies to follow my child? I done already bought it. We good. We is even.
Exactly. But they not gonna do that. So you have to save a couple of dollars and teach your kids how to save. It's just like you spend everything. So now you poor. Now you raise your kids gonna be. It's just never gonna end. So we as a community, we gotta do better regarding credit and financial literacy and things of that nature if we want things to change. Because if you don't, then keep spending. Them Bammers ain't going, and don't teach them nothing about saving. Guess what? They ain't going nowhere. They not going nowhere. And here's the next thing, which is leading into our next hot topic. Stop putting these folks out at 18. When you know you have not equipped them for life, you putting them out because they done turned 18, but they don't know how to pay a light bill. They don't know how to pay a gas bill because they don't know how to save, because all you taught them was how to spend. Now listen, I know some of them get grown at 18. You know, you can listen. It may be a couple of domestic violence calls up in there, you know, because some of them, they get grown and they, you know, they think they know everything. So you got to ask them, you want to be grown or you want to be homeless? Because you can't do both up in here. It's only, you know, only the folks that's paying the bills in here is the one that's going to be calling the shots and doing what they want to do. So if you want to be homeless, then go ahead on. Do what grown folks do. But don't sit up there and calculate and just be planning, oh, I can't wait till they turn 18. And you have not equipped them for life. You have not equipped them to handle any type of business. They don't know what a FICO score is. They don't know how to apply for a credit card. They can't, they can't get a credit card because you got all kinds of utility bills up in their name. You done messed their credit up before they even got out on their own, and now you putting them out. So where they supposed to go? How can they get an apartment when the lights on at your house in their name? So where they do that at? Make it make sense, you all. So we got to do better. So it's for ourselves, and then also for our children. We got to do better when it requires, and when it comes to dealing with finances and dealing with money and dealing with savings. And Amir, you know, touch on that as being a young person. How is it for you dealing with finances and things of that nature? Like, tell like some of your experiences and what do you know about finances and FICA and all this other good stuff?
Well,
whatever.
I learned about all of this stuff in high school, you know, because that's where I came from. I came from a Catholic high school, so I learned about all of this stuff in the beginning of my freshman year, leading up all the way to my senior year. So yeah, I know a lot about all of this stuff. So yeah, it's like.
But where did you learn the meat and the meats and the potatoes of that ish?
I learned mainly of it from this woman right here, Beloved Junior. So aka Jaye. I learned it from her, and then majority of it from high school. So I believe finances and money, when it comes to finances and money and like saving and stuff, it's really important because like anything can happen in life, you know, like it can be like an emergency and you might have to, you know, you might need that money to like, you know, you might have like a family emergency in another state or something like that. So and if you need to get that, you need to, you know, have access to it, you know, so you can take care of that. Or, you know, if it's, God forbid, if it's a death in the family or you get hurt in an accident or something like that, you gonna need something, you know, to like latch on to, you know, to like build yourself up. But it's like if you don't have if you don't have the money or the resources, it's gonna be kind of hard because like you kind of low on like money. So it's like it's really important to like save money and stuff. Like I save, like I like to like spend money and stuff, but like I don't like to go too overboard, you know. So like I done bought some things, you know, this year and last year, you know, during quarantine and stuff because I really needed it, you know. Like for example, I invested in a new computer, you know, so I needed that. But after that, that's it, cause like I'm about to you got graduation this year and other stuff. So that's what I'm saving up for. That's what my money's going towards and going out of town and stuff. So I know.
So what about credit and credit cards and things of that nature?
And stuff like that. Yeah, that's another thing too. So like you then it's crazy because like they don't even talk about this stuff in school. Like in college, the high school, well, they touch on some of that stuff, but it's like they don't really talk about that stuff. So like, and it's crazy because you it's like once you go off to school and stuff, and it's like you don't, it's like you blow through money like so fast, and like credit and stuff like that is really important. So it's like if I was y'all, I would like sit down and talk with somebody who know who like in a good position. Like shoot, talk to me because I know. I mean, I don't have all the answers and stuff, but you can get a little advice from me because I know. So
well, and then what about you? What have you told your kids about, credit, and what have you instilled in them as regards to
with credit cards? Don't do it because we'll watch. I talked to them about stocks and savings and stuff. My thing is more so investments. So I talked to them about that, and then I'll send them videos, and then especially my oldest one, he's so used to us talking about it or me talking about it to them to them when they were younger. So now he'll, keep on reading books about investment or whatever and what to invest in, and he'll go through certain little sites and learn more and more about investments. And the same thing with my youngest one. My baby girl, she is really good with saving. So she understands now that since she has her own place and stuff, I have to, go to work and I have to put up money for my rainy day because the rent is coming on that first of the month. That's just regardless. So she's really good with keeping all that stuff in order. So you have to, because no one taught me, so you have to learn it on your own. You learn and you bump your head. And I had credit cards. Oh my God. I think I had about 6 or 7 credit cards when I was 18. Blowed all through. I was like, oh my God. But I've never filed bankruptcy. I just don't believe in that. And to each his own. I've been tempted to do it, but I'm like, nah, let me just go ahead and just knock it out because I know that where I'm at now, it's kind of, if I want to do bankruptcy, I should do that a long, long time ago because now I'm in the prime of purchasing property and everything. And I don't want to mess up anything now. So you have to really, what you learn from your mistakes, you have to teach the children, not teach them a one-time thing. It has to be a repetitive, constant conversation that you have over and over and over again, and learn it at a young age. This one school that I know of in Grenada, Mississippi, the elementary school, they have a bank inside the school and they teach the children about finances at a young age. And I really love that about that because when I was growing up in Grenada, they didn't have that though. We learned a lot of stuff, but they didn't have that in there. And so when I went back, or my children were little, and I was like, dang, I got so jealous because you're teaching the children about money at the age that they need to learn about money.
And that's so important. And you definitely said something key. Like you got to teach them when they're early and, teach them all about that because again, bumping your head and bumping my head and, the same thing with me, I bump my head, but, I learned. So all the do's and the don'ts, I was definitely able to, give all that knowledge, to my son to make sure that when he was of age, he come out in a great position and he knows. And it's like a lot of the stuff, I mean, he's going to make his own mistakes or whatever, but a lot of things that we went through, we did not have to go through had we known and had we been taught that. But the number one thing that I can say that I know that I was taught and that my mom taught me was how to be a saver. So how to save. So it's just like, that has carried out with me throughout. So, that was one of the things that, I was definitely able to instill, in my son. But it's like, some people, listen, they can't sit still. They got $20 in their pocket, honey. These folks can't sleep. They can't sleep. Life ain't gonna go. They gotta get up.
I could choke my baby.
And they gotta make sure they ain't got no more money. They gotta make sure if it was $1, they gonna have to go buy 2 loose cigarettes. That's just how bad it gets. So it's just like I remember I had to ask somebody. I'm like, listen. You got $5. So you mean, can you take me over for how much you got? $5. Listen, hold on to that dog. I mean, this brother couldn't sleep. That $5 was killing him.
I think sometimes
it was killing him.
When they get down to the lowest, or this is the last that I have, sometimes they may go through a depression because sometimes I'll get like that when it's like the lowest liquid cash that I have. I'll be like, bump it. It is what it is. And I'll be like a little depressed because I'm like, I'm not going to touch my savings. I'm not going to move anything over. I'm like, It is what it is. Let me just purchase something because it's gonna go. I can't. Man, it's gotta go. I mean, but like I said, I have stuff that's put up that I just won't touch. And I'm like, and I'll see stuff like I have change jars. Everybody, I'm like the old folks. I got my little change jar. I sure do, but I don't touch them. I will not touch my change jar. I'd be like, nope. This is all I got. I'm not gonna give me something for the store. I don't care. I'm just over it.
See, I'm like this. I think it's Johnny Taylor. I'm not sure, but his last $2. He's not gonna lose, really? Baby. Understand what I'm saying? $2. I'm holding on to them last $2, honey. You gonna have to pry them last $2 out of my cold dead carcass. You gonna have to pry them $2 out of my hands because I'm not doing it. If I got listen, I'm not nothing. Everything will be free. I'm not doing. If I want to see some sceneries and go on a trip, I'm gonna walk around the block. I'm not gonna drive. I'm gonna walk to the city. Listen. But those $2, listen. They. I'm not gonna lose them.
But see, as you hear us, you see that we are not spending everything. It's still something put away.
Exactly.
She said she's holding on to her last $2. She's not gonna spend the last $2 that she got. I may have something liquid in my hand. That may be the last that I have in my hand, but I still got something backpack, put away savings. He done told you that he's got stuff that he'll buy stuff that he needs to buy for school, but he still got stuff that he's got to put away. We still got stuff that we've put away. You cannot spend everything because once you spend everything, then what? I've been homeless before. It is not a fun thing to be homeless. That is when you have no place to sleep at, you be looking like, where am I sleeping at tonight? No, that is not fun. That is not fun. And so if you want to, trade, places and go on and sleep down there, whatever, knock yourself out. It's getting warm outside. It's going to be plenty of people going to be outside and sleeping right next to you because they done lost all the places they went to because the world will open back up. That means your behind's got to go back to work. And if you choose not to go back to work, unemployment is going to run out in September. So
yes.
And it might be run out before September. So if it runs out before September, what are you going to do?
So with getting this extra money, which is, for a lot of households, there is no such thing as extra money. But if you are one of the ones that all of your everything is paid, that's extra money for you. So definitely take that and, as I said, spend a little piece, but definitely save for a rainy day because this ish ain't over. This just round one. We don't know what these folks is going to do with round two. So you got to definitely be ever so,
I didn't know the stimulus check.
Man, you gotta be more mindful. You gotta be more careful because, like I said, these folks, they coming at you. So again, not trying to tell you how to run your finances or run your house or run your life, just put something out there to put it on your mind. So guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we have a few more hot topics to get in. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Yes. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
No anybody love me, you are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. You don't ever wanna spend some time. I want your love in every drop of a dime. You see me calling, you should come running. Quit all that stalling, my body's calling. I got downtime, out of time. This could be so perfect for one hell of a night. Think you got a secret ease, Henny cold in my cup. I just wanna slow this on you, baby. We can turn it up. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone 'cause I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. Lately your love has been on my mind. Obviously busy, I wanna unwind. Fantasizing, thinking about you. Imagine all I could. Anticipating is about to go down. I get so lonely. Don't leave me waiting for you. I get so lonely. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone 'cause I get so
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are iHeart Station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how's it going?
Weed head.
Yes.
I'm doing well. I was on last night.
That was
yes. Oh, yes.
And sitting next to sizzling, sexy, simply E, we have our honorary co-host on tonight, CEO of Delaware Inc.
That's right.
NIU drumline member, class of 2021. We have Amir. Hey Amir, how you doing?
How you doing, Miss J?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great.
Good. We thank you so much for joining us on tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. You done clowned enough today. Well, not yet, but you still got some more left up in you. So how's that working out?
That I do. That I do. I have a lot. And I thank you for asking me about that. I really appreciate it.
I'm watching you.
Yes, I know you. Listen, guys, he's a hater.
I'm not.
He always
I'm
says
really
that I am, I'm a little bit extra. This I do agree with him on, but for the most part, I got it together. But he's always watching and thinking he know what I'm doing and what I got going on. This brother, he don't even have a clue. But I thank you all so much for tuning in. Tonight's episode of the J Spot is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. So please do me a favor, go to his page. He has a spring collection coming soon.
Yes.
So go ahead and place your orders today. He also has a sale for the hoodies, so you don't want to miss that either. So use reference code J, and that's JAYE. And again, guys, do me a favor. Please go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled JAYE for all three. Now, guys, listen, our next hot topic. This is a touchy one because this is always some bull junkie, okay? So the letter goes like this. The lady, she states her ex-husband hasn't paid child support in over a year. And so they've issued a warrant for his arrest. So he called the ex-wife to let him know that he will be attending, his child's birthday party. So the ex-wife is wondering, would she be wrong for calling the police, and have them come to the party to arrest the ex-husband for the outstanding child support? So she wants to know, would she be wrong
That's a petty chick.
for doing that? What are your thoughts? Would she be wrong for calling the police to have this man picked up at his kid's birthday party due to some outstanding child support? What do you all?
No, because technically, if he stays at the party, she's harboring a felon, a criminal.
Make it make
So
sense, Lord.
technically,
Help us, Lord. Make it make sense.
She needs to do her due diligence and call the popos on him. So therefore, she won't get in trouble. You see how I'm trying to save her? Look at this. I'm trying to make the happy home happy.
All right, Miss Jackson.
I'm trying to.
What do you think about that, Amir?
I mean, let the man live. I mean, let him enjoy his time at the birthday party, and then When the funk is over, hey, the police will be right there waiting for him after the party. Then they just come, just pick them on up like this, no questions asked, and they just throw them in the car. And then the child, he like, well, I was supposed to get my gift from Daddy. Oh, he already gone. The policeman came and just scooped him on up for no reason.
I got my gift first.
But I got something for you. I got something better than what he giving you. But I wanted his gift though. Hey, it's too late now. You're probably not gonna get it, son. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
You know what? I can't.
He got something better for you.
No.
Cause Daddy did wrong. He done got caught up in some mess. And hey, unfortunately, the popos came and got him. You know.
So I'm not a believer. Of going to jail for this child support. I mean, I've been a recipient of child support, and thankfully, it's been consistent. So I had a slight arrearage, but there are some cases where it did get to the point, it was a couple. Listen, they have like a $500 threshold. Once they're late or it's arrear past like $500 or something, you can start making calls and making things a little bit more difficult for them. I didn't do that. I mean, I did not do that because I'm just like, even though he wasn't there, as far as even being a father and this and that, I'm just like, you know what? I just not the only reason why I would be doing it. It would have been out of spite. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have time, for that type of stuff. I don't have time for that type of karma or whatever to be coming back on me. So I don't have time for it. I could have called and, tried to get taxes intercepted and all this. I never did any of that. I'm like, as long as, you stay current on whatever it is that we have now, whatever. If they had forgot about the arrearages, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I would have let it go. What you guys got to understand, okay, is what I found out. Listen, see, some folks, they be getting this child support and they be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be done when they 18.
Let them still go to school. Go to school, baby.
Yes. So if they go to school, then depending on your state, they'll extend it for a smidgen. But again, the other comes in at if you have an arrearage, that case will never end until you have a zero balance. So
Praise is what we do.
That they could be 35 and you're still paying child support on that arrearage. So that's what you got to understand. And currently in the state of Illinois, the interest rate on that every 30 days is 9.9%. So every 30 days, you're being assessed a 9.9% penalty. So listen. And I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but they're saying that they're taking the stimulus. If they owe child support, then they're taking the stimulus and they're paying for this third one. They said that they're releasing all those, because at first, I think for the first two, they were not doing it. But I think they said, I heard and I read an article that they're saying that they was lifting that particular ban. So if you owe anybody, you owe child support, they was taking that stimulus. So that's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is. If you guys know if it's true or false, let me know because I know it differs from state to state, but this is a federal thing, so it may be all across the board. But let me know if that's true. Are they withholding the stimulus if you owed back child support? But back to what I was saying as far as 18. So 18 is only the magic number if you've been on the straight and narrow and you've been consistent with your child support. That's the magic number. But if you have an arrearage, 18 is not the magic number. The magic number is zero balance. Whenever you get a zero balance, then you will get to feel that relief with the child support. But again, this child support, the way that the system is set up is definitely, it's not working. It's not in a man's favor. It's not in, it's just, I think it's a system that definitely needs some tweaking. So if you're in that position and you know that you're owed child support and the father is coming for the function for your child, please have enough tact to keep your baby's well-being, emotional well-being in mind, and don't do no petty mess like that. Don't have the cops coming to the baby. They'll never want another birthday party again. You will ruin their birthday forever because they'll always remember their dad being hauled off for jail on their birthday. He went back there with Chuck E. Cheese.
Why? He must have stole something, baby. He must have committed a crime.
And then they came and pushed Chuck E. Cheese out the night. You done scarred him because the police done, jumped on Chuck E. Cheese because Chucky got scared because Chucky got warrants too. So Chucky saw the police and thought the police was coming for him, but they was really there for the kids dead. So now you just done scarred the kid. The whole birthday situation, this whole thing.
They done roughed the moon up and threw them all over the table. Cake and pizza and fell all on the floor. Now he got cake and stuff all on his bag. Now the kid trying to figure out what's going on. Sister trying to pet him on up. I don't know what happened.
What he do? He's
no
a
reason.
good man. He's a good man. Ma'am, you called. Shut the hell up. No, I called him. No, arrest him. Give me a bottle of water and put some tears in my eyes. Don't arrest him.
Like, cry me a river. But I'm just like, so listen, family functions or birthday, that's not I wouldn't call the police on them. I'm like, you know what? I'll let whatever karma is due to you.
That is karma.
No, without you having your hands in
that
it,
is
like whatever karma is due to you, I'm gonna let it come without me participating in it. So it's like, if you get locked up, then that's on you. You get locked up. That ain't my fault. But I'm not gonna put the call in. I'm not trying to, call so they can take your license and make sure they have you on a boot list and all. I never did any of that because I'm like, okay, I don't care like that. I'm like, I got too many good things lined up, so I'm not trying to make your life a living crap hole because you're not doing the right thing. I'm like, I know you're gonna get old and you're gonna sit back and you're gonna think of all of what you should have did and what you didn't do.
Some bastards don't think that way.
Let me tell you, when they get old and they ain't got nobody to talk to and they sitting there and you need a kidney, trust and believe, you gonna think about all that you should have did. Man,
mine ain't giving them no kidney.
I should have reached out to him. I should have been there, man, I should have been, I know. Listen, I know I ain't much. Insides. Yeah, you ain't much. I know you ain't much. We all know this. But again, they're going to as they the old folks used to say back in the day, every dog got his day. You, sir, are no exception. So you will have your day. And I just used to rest upon that. I'm like, I don't have, plus like I'm busy. I got stuff to do. I don't have time to sit here and try to make your life miserable. I got things to do. I got a kid to raise. I got a young man that I got to make sure he on the straight and narrow. I got a young man that I got to make sure he's doing better than the example that's been set before him. So I'm like, I'm busy doing my job and your job. I don't have time to be petty. I got things to do. So therefore, I'm not calling.
I have time to be petty. I do. Because my job is so dang chill between my classwork and stuff that I do at my job. I have the time. I have all the time. Do you need me to call for you?
No.
Because therefore, anybody that needs me to call the police on their baby daddy because his ass is a deadbeat and you want to throw a party for your child and set his ass up, therefore, it's not on you. You didn't make the call. I just made the call for you. Call a sister. Inbox the J spot. Let me know. He will call for you. I will call, and therefore it's not. You ain't got to worry about the karma coming back to get you. No, because you didn't make that call. I made that call, and I'll deal with karma when she comes. Me and karma, we friends anyway. It's like my BFF. She see me, I see her. Like, hey, karma. Exactly. She know me by my government name, so it's okay. I'll take that heat. I'm okay with this.
I ain't doing it. I'm gonna let it go ahead on and ride. Now I am. You think I'll do it? Go ahead. You giving me the look. Say what you gonna say.
No, I know you. All you want to do is just sit back, sip coffee and stuff. That's all you want to do.
See, that's and the best. How you missing your blessing?
That's all you want.
You ain't
got time for that stuff.
I don't. I'm like,
you're missing your blessing.
Back in the day, I'm just like,
you're missing your blessing.
No, because now I got a zero balance, so I'm like, I'm good to go. I'm like, I ain't on all that again.
Because I know realistically, that my little deadbeat bastard is not going to be able to pay back $120,000 in back child support. $120,000. So
Louise.
you sent your swing both ways anyway. You might as well go and swing your ass up into the jailhouse, be some little man's bitch up in there. I mean, you might as well. I mean, he been silent in that little group since I snapped on his ass, ain't he?
Yeah, yeah.
You might as well go and take your little quiet, sweet ass on up into that little jailhouse. Let some else run up in there. And go, hey, ain't like it's your first time. It won't be the first. It won't be the last. So might as well go and pass out that ass. I mean,
you know what? I cannot.
Say that rhyme. I'm a wordsmith. I think my next career gonna be a rapper. Everybody else doing it.
Like rap yo around this.
Oh, that's skills.
See, you know what? I can't. But see, I'm not, like I say, I just, think about the kids, the babies. You got grown folks now. I'm like, you cannot do that at no Chuck E. Cheese little row your boat like Pretty in Pink parties. You cannot have them folks come up in there to that party. And she up in there getting her little pedicure, her little cute little manicure, her little kids, little friends. They all got their little princess outfits on. And they coming up in there. The police come rushing her dead. No. You know how traumatizing
if mamas
it is.
Can sit and take it to their grave on who they children's daddies really is. And Big Mama them can sit back and take it to her grave on knowing that this little child is Asian and that ain't y'all's children. Yeah, everybody's black, but this one right here is half Asian and half black. Now they ain't got the same daddy. If Big Mama can sit on her grave and be, y'all got the same daddy. Y'all my children. If she can keep a secret, I can too.
Listen, you got them passing off as cousins when really they brothers and
sisters. If they can keep those secrets, I can keep the secret of who called on the man that came to the birthday party.
Right, but see, now that's why all these kids got these so-called learning disabilities. They ain't got no learning disabilities. The blood just too close. Y'all got them. Listen, y'all done had them tested. Them kids need to be tested because they got some genetic disorders. Y'all done set up. Ooh,
I'm keeping my secrets.
We no
secrets. Didn't
no,
somebody who was that? Alicia Keys. Somebody's your secret. She singing, wrote a song about secrets.
For me.
See, the secret is safe for me. They wrote songs about secrets. Ain't nobody ever wrote a song about don't call the police on daddy because he back behind on his child support. They wrote a song about that, but they wrote a song about secrets. See how that worked? They wrote a song about all that stuff. And I'm gonna be the one that's gonna make that record go platinum.
Listen. No. Which would transition into our last hot topic for the evening, guys. So, as a step parent, and you have the kids, and so you've moved on, got everything situated. You done found you a good boo. Now y'all done raising the kids together and this and that. So now it's time for the kids to go off to college. Is that step parent obligated to pay for that child to go to college?
Yes, I just said I wasn't gonna curse today. The other words they don't count. But is
the step parent obligated?
You shut the hell up over there.
Is the step parent obligated to pay for the child's way through college? Say?
No, don't use what Oprah said because she was wrong. That don't apply here. Hell yeah.
Like I said.
Hell yeah. And if his ass come with the comeback, hell no. See, that's when you get that pop that they came up and socked the ass with the butt of that gun. That's how he gonna be. Like he'll be sitting there trying to hold down his flap when the wind blowing his drawers off. You ain't knocked that over. You messed up that scene, girl. Steven didn't feel like cutting, but when you messed up that scene, boo. I saw it. I saw you trying. Everybody saw you coochie already. We didn't see you coochie mama. We didn't see you coochie mama. It's too late now.
What about you, Amir? As a step parent, do you think that they're obligated to pay for that child to go to college?
I mean, I say yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. It was shaking already. I helped you out a little bit.
Yeah.
That was
why do you feel they're obligated?
I mean, I feel like if you the step parent, you better been there in the child's life, and you've been you supporting them and stuff like that. Now I feel like that you are obligated to pay for their college tuition and stuff. I mean, because they can't do it, so it's like I feel like that you gotta at least help out. I mean,
right?
You know?
Now, see, I don't feel that they're obligated. But I'm just like, if you've raised the kid, like, first of all, I'm not referring to you as my step. Like, I feel like you're my child. So out of that, I'm going to do it.
Yes. Well, then you're obligated.
But you're not obligated. I'm going to do it because that's something that I want to do. But it's like at no time, you know, am I obligated to do it? But it's like, and that's why you got to be so careful with who you couple up with and you have your kids around, because some people don't feel like that. Some people are there just because. But once they're 18 come, they want to, wash their hands with your kids. And I don't want, I would never want to have that type of relationship with anybody's kids. Like, okay, well, now they're grown. I ain't got to have nothing to do. No. If I've been there in your life, I'm going to continue to be there. I'm like, okay, I want to see you through college. I want to be there when you get married because that's what I want to do. I'm doing it from my heart, but I'm not obligated to do it. Now, if you one of them crazy kids and we ain't never had no, I'ma still do for you, but I'm not gonna be making all those special provisions. Like if your daddy say no, I ain't gonna put a little something on him extra to make him change his mind and say yeah, because we don't have that type of relationship. But if your daddy say no and we rocking like that, I'm gonna work your daddy over here. You gonna get everything you need. But if we ain't cool like that, I'm be like, what your daddy say? What your daddy like say? Then that's what we doing.
I'm gonna just let you know I ain't never liked you ever.
No, I'm not doing that.
I've been waiting for you to turn 18 so you can get the hell out of this house, because your daddy, we plotted this last week. You turned 18 last week. We gonna give you one more week. I know it's in the middle of the school year, but guess what? You got a mama, don't you? She birthed you. Okay, time for you to take your little raggedy ass
go
right
over
on
there
and you got a grandmammy.
Some problems.
The shelters is open.
Yes, but you can't stay. You can't stay here.
No space at
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go the extra mile if we never had that type of relationship. But I'm still going to provide the same level of support that I supplied growing up. And the reason that I say that because I'm like, I know how it is to have a step parent.
She was evil, and y'all was evil to that man.
Yeah, man. But it's like once I got grown.
Now you're trying to repent for your sins.
No, I was just glad that he did not kick us to the streets, because when I got older, I appreciate it's like it clicked. The light bulb came on. I'm like, man, this dude is, he crazy, but he all right. So, and that's why I'm just like, I never want to throw them out. Because again, it's so much to process. You got hormones. This ain't your daddy. This ain't your mama. These ain't your real. But when you get good and grown, and it's just one day, it just click, and you like, man, this some. He was right. He was right. All of that, it makes up for all of the craziness. So I can speak from experience. That's why I would say, you got to give these folks a little chance to, adjust and get right with the church, because listen, I wasn't right at all. My mama raised me better than that. Yeah, she did. My grandma, my aunties, my parents. Listen, they raised us better than that.
Beat you some more.
They raised us better than that.
It's not too late. Where your mama at? Let me tell her, give you a beat.
They raised us better than that. But you know what? It was you. It was he was definitely a match for us. You talking about a petty person? Oh, you had not seen petty until you seen my stepfather. God rest his soul.
Y'all done killed him.
No, God rest. I swear, you talk about petty. Ooh, Lord. I mean, I will say this. He was the master. We all props. I never seen no stuff like the stuff you talk about putting something on somebody's mind. Had nothing to do with hitting. He wasn't a big hitter, but he gonna hit you where it hurt. Like, I mean, he was mental. Like, he was in our head. Like, you sass him and do something crazy, you come home from school, you ain't got no doors. Ain't no doors on no rooms in the house. Keep on messing with him. Come home, ain't no toilet in the bathroom. Guess why? Because I took it out and put it in the bathtub. My mama, they had somewhere else to use it. You got to find something. You got to find your. So he would do things like that.
Be like those that do in Asia. Just go and squat on the floor.
You think you going outside. he took one of your cute shoes, so now you can't find it, and we'll hide them for months. Now he gonna get back to you. He get back to you. We get it ready, put it back up in there. You're like, I know I was looking. So it was little things like that, you know, it was always, he was always a step ahead of us with the pettiness. So it's just like, it was definitely an even balance, but he never gave up on us, no matter how crazy things got. So
he should have whooped you, especially.
So I would say step parents, if you are, you know, blessed enough to be, you know, in that role and have someone that, you know, call you step. Again, like I said, I'm not really too big on the step part because, you know, you're stepping into a parent's role if I'm gonna look at it like that. But if I'm stepping into that role, then I'm not gonna treat you any differently than I would treat my own, unless your kid is from the devil. Then I can't do anything with you or your kids. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we're getting into tonight's topic. Does the one that makes the most money control the relationship? You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nail done, when you put that clone on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clone on. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nail done, when you put your clothes on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting the wrong woman on. Why you gotta look so good, good, good? With your hair done, your nails done, when you put the clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten.
I don't know.
Hey E, how you doing?
Tired, but I'm good.
Good. And sitting next to sizzling, sexy, simply E, we have our honorary co-host on tonight, CEO of Delaware Inc., NIU Drumline member,
boom.
class of 2021.
Yes.
Amir. Hey, Amir, how you doing?
How you doing, Miss J?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great.
You hanging in there? You know, you all right? You know, because I know he tells me I like to hear myself talk. He always, when we at the house, he like, you just love hearing yourself. I'm like, leave me be, okay?
If ain't nobody else listening to you, I hear you. So you want the whole entire world to know? They ain't got to know because I know. I know what I'm dealing with every single day. I know.
See, because here's the thing. I'm just like, you know, I could be talking to I don't need him to be up in there talking. He come up in there, you on the phone? I'm like, no. He was like, come on, man.
Well, who you talking to then?
Myself and the other people that's in this room with me.
That's quite all right, because I'm going to start leaving my phone around. It's going to start recording. So each time you talk to yourself, I'm going to just play it.
I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to. People ask me why.
I'm going to reserve that room for you.
You know, I don't care. Listen, I'm always listening because I be having a lot to say. And, you know, he don't be halfway, you know, he don't be halfway listening to nothing.
They don't put you in the nut house for talking to yourself.
So
they don't.
I don't even be paying no attention.
A window, a door, and just a table, and that's it.
Damn, at least you got a table.
You can walk around, talk to yourself all you want until you pass out and just sleep.
Because when I was getting like a little evaluation for my little military stuff, right? And the psychiatrist was like, you know, what's going on with you, whatever. And I was like, you know, I hear voices or whatever. He was like, oh, that's common. Everybody hears voices.
Yeah,
I was like, I got to try a different approach.
Right, you tell him you see the lady in the light. That's what you tell him. You see that.
I'm trying to be locked up in there all the day. Now, damn it, I just wanted to go and be free with a little bit.
Because I'm just like, no, I ain't gonna do it. But I got this one right here. He always, you know, so I don't pay him no near mind. So guys, listen, please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Maurice is saying that music break conversation was petty. Maurice, we do what we can. You know, we try to please everybody.
But I like his question where he says, how would you feel about if you have love for the kid, but the relationship between us, the step parents, have taken that turn for the worse? Well, Maurice, I can answer that one. My parents had they divorced long time ago. My first stepfather and my mom divorced, I think in 92 or 89. It was 89. And I had been knowing my stepfather has been in my life since I was born. Literally, when I talked to him the other day, and he told me that the first time he saw me was when my mother brought me out the hospital. So he's been in my life since day one. And I had missed 32 years. I haven't been in contact with him in 32 years. And so luckily, my cousin, which is his biological niece, I found her on Facebook, and she had his number and gave me his number and everything. And so we got back in contact with one another. And so those feelings, he still has my dolls when I was a child and everything. He's never lost those feelings that he had for me. And I've never lost those feelings that I had for him. So those feelings will still be there. So if you are going through that type of situation, still keep in contact with that child, you know, as far as if the parent doesn't allow you, fine. When that child becomes of age, still keep some form of communication open. So then that way, when that child comes for you, because she will or he will try to come for you and search you out. And they'll ask you whatever question they're going to ask you. And why, if they didn't ask, you know, I never asked my dad, why didn't it, you know, work out between you and my mom? That was their thing. I figured out things, you know, but I didn't care about that. I just was glad that he was healthy and that I could see him and I could, you know, be around him. So I'm very blessed for that. So just still keep those lines of communication open.
And what I want to add to that is when the relationship and the love is genuinely there for the child, then, you know, you don't lose that, because it's like you feel as though that's your child. So you don't lose that love. It would be just like if it was your biological child, you know, we're not together, but you got to still allow. And hopefully, again, you know, you're dealing with mature individuals that, you know, both parents like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I know that we not together and things are not working out, but you've been here with him since he was 3 or he was 5. He looks at you like you his father. So, you know, if the kid wants to still maintain that relationship with that, let them. We don't have to have any dealings with each other again. We can operate like this is, your biological child, and we can, visitations and things of that nature, so the only time where that kind of gets kind of iffy, and you got to make sure you're dealing with all grown folks in these type of situations, is when you meet somebody new. And then they're like, okay, well, that's your ex-wife child. So why I thought you said you
because that's his dang daddy. That's why. Exactly. That's his damn daddy.
That's why you got to let these Bamas know, you know what? This may not be the situation for you, because just because we're not together, I've been with this boy since he was 2. I've been with this girl since she was 5. This is my child. Whether it's blood or not, this is mine. And if you can't handle it, then this is not the situation for you. You got to kind of check some folks in that type of situation. So, guys, that helps us transition into our topic for tonight. Does the one that makes the most control the relationship? So, when you're thinking about marriage and relationships, how important is financial compatibility in a relationship or a marriage? Amir, like when you're young and you're about to get into this relationships and marriages and stuff, and you doing some things financially, how important is that for you to find somebody that's on the same page financially?
I mean, I feel like that's very important to me, because like I don't know, it's hard to find like people that's on that same level as you, but it's like you gotta know what you want, and then you gotta figure out where they are physically and emotionally and financially, and you gotta figure out where they are, and if y'all both on the same page, then I say try to work something out together. But I don't know, it's just like lately for me, it's like people I've been talking to and I've been dating, they ain't as near as on the on the same path as I am, and it's like I'm gonna have to cut those people off, because it's like I don't want them distracting me from what I'm doing, where I'm going, and what I got going on. So it's like I feel like that if you do meet somebody and y'all on the same level, man, I'm like keep that connection, because it's like it's hard to like find people like that in the world. It's like a train. It's like if you trying to go somewhere and you miss your train or your plane, man, you gotta wait a whole nother hour or two, or however long until the next one come, and this is not pretty. And I'm impatient waiting. It's like I just need things to be there then and now, but unfortunately the world operate like that. But you know what I mean.
It does not. E, what about for you? How important is financial compatibility in a relationship or marriage?
Oh, I need him to make more money than me. I would be. I know me, at least I would be lying if I say I want him to make less. I would be lying. I need him to make more than me, and I need him to be responsible, because you can make more than me and be just an irresponsible fool, but at least make more than me, or make, what I make, and be responsible. But I want you to have more money than me. I do. I just don't want to be in a relationship because if I have more money, even if you have more money than me, I'm still going to run a relationship. But if I have more money than me, now you have forced me to grow a penis, and now I'm going to have the big thing in the relationship. Now I'm going to be running this. I'm going to be telling you what's what. I won't have no respect for you. I really won't. I'll be lying if I have any respect for you. You would irritate me, because then I do so many things, and then I would start to see if you're sitting at the house relaxing, and it could be your day off, but you're relaxing, playing your little game system, whatever. And I'm going to get ticked off, because even on my off days, I have stuff to do, and you're sitting there not doing anything. And this is not like we're doing like a couples thing. You're just not doing anything. And I'm pissed. So just don't do that. Just, if you don't want me to run a relationship, well, just don't be with me if you don't want me to run a relationship, because I'm going to run it regardless.
So listen, financial compatibility should be ranked right up there with sexual compatibility.
You answer the question.
It's just as important as being sexually compatible. You gotta have it. Like you can't be an extreme spender with an extreme saver. You can't be, a cheap buyer, and then you got the extravagant. You guys there has to be a common ground, because if not, you're always gonna be clashing over what's where do we vacation, where do we live, what do we buy. You may want to buy an economical car, they want to buy the most expensive car, they got to keep up with the Joneses, whereas you're like, okay, I'm not really into, I could, give it doesn't matter whether we do labels or not, it doesn't matter whether we do fancy or not. You got to have that type of compatibility. If not, y'all gonna be always bumping heads. Now, according to an online source, outside of an emotional connection, financial stability and compatibility is the second highest consideration in relationships. Money is one of the top reasons marriages end. Money, 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 money. And we can go back to what we were talking about earlier. Derrick for the Streets Jaxn and his wife. So with that, and I don't know, but it appears that she's a stay-at-home mom. So how do you think that plays in her role and her level of the voice that she has in that relationship?
No, that's just her. Because I know I've been a stay-at-home mom. I know stay-at-home moms. No, that's just her punk ass. She decided to be his little puppet and say all that bull crap and everything. No, that's not even a connection, because you have women who go to work 24/7 and come home and give all their coins to their damn husband like he the pimp of the year, and while he sits at the house and lay up in the bed. So no, it has nothing to do with being a stay-at-home mom or not. She's just a punk ass. That's all that is.
So now, at what point in the relationship should you start talking about money, credit, and home ownership?
And when we find out what we're doing, what are we doing? Are we just sleeping around? If we just sleeping around, then fine. Let's go get a hotel, a motel. Well, I can't do the motels because they got bugs. But let's go get the hotel and preferably Marriott. Let's go screw and we can go on about our business. But if we're talking about we want to do something together, we're trying to be together now. And we talk about being in a relationship. Now we're going to start talking about, okay, what are we doing? If we're being in a relationship, then how long have you been at your job? Or, because I don't stay at jobs long, but I stay employed. Right. That's the thing. Like, I will not be like, it's time. I get the itch, like, it's time to go. So you have to look at all of that. And if this person is, at least they keeping a steady stream of income, they have something set to the side in the savings. Once you figure out what y'all are going to do, then you need to go into let's talk about some money.
So what about for you, Amir, like being a young man, at what point do you start, or have you ever had that discussion about money and credit and buying houses and stuff? When does that come up?
I feel like that stuff shouldn't necessarily come up when y'all like living together and y'all been dating for like maybe 2, 3, 4 years or whatever. Y'all should start talking about that because that's very important. You need to see where both of y'all heads at, so I believe that when y'all in a serious relationship, that stuff should be starting to be talked about, money and buying houses and stuff like that. I think that's the appropriate time to start talking about that stuff when y'all in a serious relationship.
Right. And see, so now for me, I'm a little different between that. Like the money and the credit, like I want to know like up front, like once we've been talking, generally speaking, like where your credit is. You got good credit, you got bad credit, are you a saver? I kind of want to know that like in advance, because then that gives me a good idea on, are you somebody that I can see myself getting serious with? Because here's the thing, I don't want to get with somebody and you just blowing money and I'm trying to get another house or I'm trying to do some other things at this point in my life. Like I am not looking for that. Like I'm looking to move forward, not somebody that's still stuck where they're stuck in a position where they are. So does the person that make the most money, do they control the relationship? What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? The person that makes the most money, Amir, does that person, in your opinion, control the relationship or the marriage?
For me, I don't feel like that it shouldn't. I don't think that should necessarily matter. I mean, I don't know how it works for like famous people and stuff like that. Maybe they feel like that they do because that's what they are and they got this amount of money. Maybe that's for them. But for like if you live in like a daily regular type of lifestyle, I don't feel like that should really matter. I don't know why people put like a title on that. I mean, I feel like that I feel like it should matter that both of y'all got money, y'all working together, so y'all should work together. For the relationship. I don't think it should matter about who got this amount of money and who run the relationship. I mean, I guess that does matter, but I don't think it should be a title on that. I just think that's silly.
What about you, E? Who do you does the person that make the most money control the relationship?
No, I do. No. No. I don't care if you're the oldest in the relationship. No. Guess what? E run the relationship. That's how I let you think you yeah, baby. You run all this. Yeah, you sure do. Now, can you go make my money, baby? I'm make your money. You right. I'm pimping you. See how that work? See, he gonna go to work, bring the money. Guess what? Home to me. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna ration him out what I think he should get, and that's gonna be that. I run that.
Now, in a relationship, no one controls the relationship. If you're in a relationship
listen to her.
Where there's control,
yes, Janet Jackson said it.
You need to probably talk to some people about that. So being in a relationship and a marriage should be about partnership. And if you are not on the partnership type train and relationship pattern, y'all got some bigger issues. But guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Till next time, y'all. Good night. Peace out.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.